It's October, Halloween month. Time for candy and mischief, frights and mysteries, that feeling in the air that chills around you as night swiftly falls. I love it. It's my favorite time of year. There are lots of ways to get into the season: movies, books, scary stories with friends in the dark. One of my favorite mediums to feel the mood of the season is video games. There are so many titles and examples out there that I could go through. But for today, I'm going to stick with 6 of my more memorable, scary sights and sounds related to video games. Sound 1. Sonic drowning. Everyone knows this sound. No one likes this sound at all. I know time's up and warning notifications can be frustrating or intimidating, but I don't think any of them are as memorable or anxiety-inducing as the drowning sounds from classic Sonic. I don't know if it's the tempo, instrumentation, or floaty underwater movement Sonic has in that moment of peril that makes it so tense. Maybe it's the combination. When it starts, it seems like every jump is harder and every drop is more perilous. The sound could turn their motor skills into jelly, and whatever the case, there's no denying that Sonic drowning is one of the scariest sounds in a non-scary 16-bit game. Sight 1. Low or dead batteries. This mostly applies to handheld or laptop players, but I think the frantic panic relating to batteries is something that most gamers have experienced at some point in their life. That feeling when you haven't saved a game for a while, or worse yet, can save soon, but that damn blinking light turns on and your focus shifts to digging through tangles of power cords, hoping your hours of play and tricky gaming triumphs can stay alive long enough to be recorded. Maybe you just can't find that one specific proprietary charger, or worse yet, you're somewhere where no outlets are to be found. Eventually it's gonna happen, and it's the worst.
What's that? Huh, radio. What's going on with that radio?
Sound 2.
This is not
The Silent Hill radio.
What's happening to this?
Silent Hill 1 through 3 might be the best horror trilogy out there, or at least one of my favorites. One of the most important tools used in these games to instill not only fear but awareness in the players is the radio. The radio item was introduced way back in the first game in 1999. The crackles and rings of the radio send shiver down the spines of all sorts of players. Its primary function in the game is to alert a player that danger is lurking near in the darkness of the unknown. It's an important job, and it does it very well. So well, in fact, that the second the radio starts playing, your brain and body start reacting to the danger. You ready yourself. You get alert, but the fear never leaves you through that moment and the ensuing enemy encounter. It's a strange sort of duality. On one hand, it brings survival and agency, but that comes hand in hand with dread. The radio sound isolated outside of the game in the real world isn't quite as fear-inducing, honestly, but in the game, the power the radio static holds lingers over time. Sight 2. Corrupted memory cards. The previous scary sight, Low batteries is something fairly unavoidable to most gamers or, electronic users at one point or another. There are ways to remedy the situation, and in the end, you can always go back to some earlier point. But this unfortunate circumstance, cruelly tossed at you by fate, cannot be rewound or salvaged. I'm talking, of course, about corrupted save files and memory cards. In this case, it's all gone. No continues or traces left. Dead. Gone. Vanished. When data is corrupted, all you can do is erase it, even if it allows that, and it works. And watch as your nearly complete file of Final Fantasy X erodes away. It's sad enough in isolated incidents, but when the whole card is bad, it's a major blow. Sometimes it happens when a card is removed mid-save, and sometimes it just happens at random. But whatever the case, it can really ruin your day. Sound 3. Enemy Zero Piano Chimes. This entry has a lot in common with the previous sound scare. It's basically another sound cue to raise awareness of in-game danger, but trust me, it takes things to a whole new level. Enemy Zero is a Saturn exclusive horror game where you play as researcher Laura Lewis on the space freighter the Aki. Aliens have escaped within the bowels of the ship and began stalking the crew of the ship with murderous intent. That's spooky on its own, right? Well, the kicker is, every single enemy is completely invisible. The only way to defend yourself and kill these monsters is with the aid of an earpiece that gives off a piano chime when the enemy is near. At first, this concept doesn't seem too different from Silent Hill, which came out a few years later. However, the devil is in the details. The thing is, the monster detector cues are never consistent. Pitch, chime, and frequency are always changing to better clue the player into the location of a monster. Meaning, you can never get numb enough to the noise, nor can you afford to ignore it. The different pings and paces demand your focus. Awareness is always heightened, and since contact with the invisible enemies is a one-hit kill, every action counts. Especially when you're running from a fast chime coming on right in front of you, and one from the side joins in. This urgency paired with guns that take precise timing to charge and shoot makes for a tense and relentless experience. Actually, it might be one of my favorites. But still, it's one that doesn't just scare you in the moment. There is no moment. It's just stress, on or off. And it's mostly on. The tension is high, and the fear stays. That's why the detector chimes and Enemy Zero are the scariest sound on this list. Sight 3. The blue screen of death. Losing power mid-game? Stressful, scary, but not devastating. Corrupted memory? Frustrating, frightening, but it's contained damage. This technological harbinger, is the worst. System errors like the blue screen of death are legitimately frightening to behold. Not only are they either indecipherable or annoyingly vague, they indicate problems that could signal damage on your whole computer, ruining everything. Potentially games, work, personal files and data, everything. It's all up in the air and possibly at risk. And these messages seem to pop up at the worst times, too. Second guessing that download? Boom. Playing something at the cusp of your PC's ability? Boom. Minding your own damn business? Boom. A blue screen and a crash, likely followed by a tenuous startup featuring an auto repair routine that seems to be taking just a little bit too long to complete. These sites are by far the worst here. Back it all up, everyone. Save everything. You never know when this message will come for you. Thanks for watching my video, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed it. I have more ideas for YouTube rolling around in my head and projects in the works, so I hope you check out more of my stuff. If you want to keep up with me and what I have to do, please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a happy Halloween! Bye now.